20 pounds.
20 pounds, okay.
20 pounds. I competed at 198 at the Central States and 193 at North Americans.
Okay. And let's go into a little bit about, now I know you had an injury last year, just kind of a freak accident with your bicep.
Yeah. Man. Give me a sec here.
No, it's fine, bud.
Yeah, it was one of those things I thought was going to be a career ender. Kind of still emotional about it.
Yeah. But I mean, everything went well. The surgery went well, and
oh yeah, everything went real well. It was 3 weeks out from going to the USA's last year in 2011. I got a 5-year-old son that he likes to kind of roughhouse, and so we were just joking around, screwing around, and I leaned back, picked him up, and I let go.
Yeah.
It was very scary. I felt something go. I knew something was wrong. I looked down, and it just didn't look right, and I knew instantly. I have a medical background, so I knew what I did, and I was kind of called my buddy and said, I tore my bicep. I'm gonna go to the hospital and have it looked at, and sure enough, it was torn right off the bone. Got hooked up with a real good surgeon. The next day, it was Dr. Ugolini. Saw him 4 days after I tore it, and was in surgery exactly 1 week from the day I tore it. Got it repaired. It actually repaired very nice. I'm very fortunate that it was able to be put back the way it was, and that I was able to make it back on stage. And to me, I felt like in even better shape than I was when I left. I was able to really focus on some weak points, bring my back up, bring my legs a little bit more. My arms and bis and tris have always, pretty much always been a good strong point for me. And tear my bicep was kind of devastating. So to be able to still have rising that, my biggest deficit was I didn't have a very good back. Need to work on a little bit of my sweep on my legs. So I just focused on my back while I was rehabilitating my arm, trying not to overdo my arm so I didn't re-injure it. I had to take 6 months off, and I was able to start working out again in December. And everything came in really nicely this year. I can't ask for anything more at this point.
The judges were very impressed with you last night, but I was sitting right behind there, and a few of them didn't even believe me when I said you'd had a bicep tear. I mean, they thought that your arms looked awesome, and so your surgeon did a good job, and you definitely did a good job rehabilitating it. So congratulations, man.
Thanks.
With going in today for your workout, what did you train, and take us through some of the movements?
Well, I was trying to figure out what I could do, especially coming off a show yesterday. I'm physically exhausted. So, just to kind of come in, wanted to do something for the video, and so I thought, I'd do my chest and a little bit of my arms, just to get a decent pump and, see how I feel to kind of figure out how I'm going to do the next, 3 weeks. I want to start, get back into training, because if you do or don't know, when you come off a show, I'm still pretty depleted. Muscles just don't have enough strength or energy, and right now is the scary part. Most people, they don't go into another show. If they do, it's even more than 3 weeks out. At least that's what I see a lot of times, and you get to take a week or two off and recover, because that's actually what your body wants to do right now, is really just recover and relax, because I just put it through hell, or heck, however you want to say it. And so today I just came in, did a light chest, bi and tri, and just to get a pump to see where I was at. And so I just did some flat bench and some incline and some dumbbells, just to get a overall feel to where my chest was feeling. And then I went into my triceps, since I had a nice pump, and because I usually work with cables with my triceps more than anything, and I try to do a lot of one-arm exercises for my arms, because my right arm's longer than my left arm, and it makes for a out of symmetry look if I use a lot of two-arm exercises, because the left arm or the right arm mainly will take over because it's longer.
Okay. Yeah, I noticed when you were doing the cable exercises, you control the cable with your other free hand. Is that just to make sure you're keeping stress on the muscle, or?
Yeah, and that way it's self-spotting. I found for myself, I do better training when I don't train with somebody. Training partners they're wonderful. They help you through sticking points, but I found in my life, I have a very hectic life, so very, very, very busy schedule, and it's hard to rely on other people to meet you at the times you can meet, and it's hard to coordinate a lot of times working out with somebody, so I find it so much easier just to train alone. Then I fit it into my schedule how I can, and with my life the way it is, usually Monday through Friday I'm here at 5 in the morning, getting my training done.
Because you have a 40 to 50 hour a week job. You're
currently I work minimum about 50 hours a week, on average 55. I tried to cut it down to stay around 50 just because to keep a balance in my life, because like I said, I have a son, I have a daughter, and to fit in a family and training and a career, it takes a lot out of you. I really enjoy lifting weights, and I've always wanted to be in bodybuilding. Ever since I was little, I always wanted to look like the Incredible Hulk, because it was one of my favorite shows. So I never really thought about bodybuilding until I was 17 years old. One of the kids at the gym was doing a show, and he encouraged me to do it, and I did pretty well, and so I just kept going back at it, and then I met a gentleman, and when I was in college, he owned a gym there in Ypsilanti, and just so happened that his 2 sons were bodybuilders, and he was real encouraging too. So I just kind of looked at it more and more, and talked to him. His name was Lucas, and so I just ended up pursuing bodybuilding. I kept being told that I had a decent physique and I could probably make something out of it if I tried. So I've always just been trying to I'd like to get a pro card, just to say, hey, I did it.
Achieve that goal.
Yeah, I achieved it. I just it's not that bodybuilding's not. It's not for everybody. Some people think it's a vain kind of sport. To me, I have personal achievements. I want to look a certain way. I don't care how other people view me. I don't really push myself on other people. Like, oh yeah, you need to eat this way. You need to look like this. I don't care. This is all about how I look, and I want to be a certain thing in a certain way, and so. I feel like I'm pretty laid back and down to earth, and I don't feel like I'm, stuck up at any point. I'm very open. People come up, talk to me all the time. I like to talk about weightlifting and stuff. I don't know. It's just one of those things, I guess, that. It keeps me centered. Lifting weights keeps me centered. So it's why I do it first thing in the morning, get it out of the way so it doesn't take up any of my family's time and time away from my career, as a nurse. So I do it to stay in shape. I do it to feel good about myself. And I thought, why not try to pursue bodybuilding at the same time with it? Because it seems like the look I want is the looks they're looking for. So why not? 2 birds with 1 stone.
There you go. Well, good luck, man. We will see you in Atlanta in 3 weeks, and definitely Incredible Hulk achieved, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yep.